I knew you and I can't go was waiting for this pain to end. And now I true and I have you crack the lip, shape, shift, and trick the past again. I send you my love on the wire. Oh, hot. Got balls of steel, got an automobile for a minimum wage. Boop, boop. Got a real estate. I'm buying it all up. In other experience. Now that the truth is just subtle that you can bend. You crack the whip, shape, shift, and trick the past again. I send you my love on a wire. Come here. And lift you up every time. Watch this. Oh, it's stuck. Yeah. So you gotta be really efficient. That's why I did these two. I like to floss because I have stuff going on where I'm going to do dentist stuff later, but I can't floss. So that was the first time I did it. Never tried it yet, and I wasn't prepared for how quick it was. So I'm going to keep doing the videos until I can actually help people, because a lot of people have much smaller chips, and that's what it's meant for. Don't do what I'm doing. But if you have a smaller chip, I can tell you exactly, by watching my videos, you will figure out how to do yours way faster and easier. But I mouthwash, well, I brush, mouthwash, brush again, and then floss. You can also mouthwash again after you floss. See, I did these teeth. I built them up from screws sticking out of my jaw. So they don't look like completely normal teeth, but when I talk, you can't really notice. What I'm doing today is this. I have the tiniest little bit of tooth showing. So what we're gonna do is, and look, no blood on my floss. See, I floss every day. Don't judge me, because people will be like, why don't you just floss and brush your teeth? Bitch, I probably brush and floss more than you do. But I mean, no one's done that on here yet, but they do that on other things. This much floss, no, that was the end of my floss. Get your floss out, get strings ready, you know, just regular strings. I normally use about like, a little over like half a foot. Pull out a couple, because it hardens, so you never know what's gonna happen. Get it ready, put it in, when you open the kit, put it in your little bin. Use the etchant. I don't know if I'll need to use the etchant. What it does actually is it's acidic, so it's going to break down my tooth more, which I already have problems with. So what I have left, you can even see it. Huh. Yeah. Right here. Just a tiny little bit of tooth left. I guess I don't really have to worry. I should probably use the etchant because it gives you like, I'm like, what is this hashtag bullshit? But it gives you like layers of degradation that will let you grip like a broken rock, you know? And if you glue the broken rock back into place, and it's not perfectly split down the middle like a perfect slice, the more of the glue that goes into these creases sticks together better. So, the etchant is the first thing that you'll do, and you'll put it on for a couple minutes, and then you'll spit it out. Rinse it out, actually. So, I haven't actually used this. All my other teeth, I didn't use the etchant because I was worried about it. And I fixed all of these because I needed a cover of a base because I have a genetic condition where my teeth have no enamel. So, since I'm 30, I lost all my enamel now. It's over. Eventually, I'm going to have to get implants, and I have about a year. Within a year, they should be done, but it takes a long time to get stuff like that done, especially through insurance, and it's just rough. But anyway, if you're just looking to do a chipped tooth, I wouldn't even use the etchant at first. Try it without the etchant. It's just going to hurt your tooth more. Do it without the etchant. You make sure you clean your tooth, and you get some of these ready. I grab like 4 or 5 because you're gonna need to dry it out. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to grab my extra. Thanks, Zero, for being right in my fucking way. But I'll show you, because you know how dentists will shove those like pieces of cotton in your teeth. Not in your teeth, in your mouth, to keep your jaw like stuck out away from the edge. So that's basically what we're doing with these, as well as drying the area and keeping it dry because it can't be wet or it's not going to stick. Because the next step after the etchant, you rinse it out. If you use it, don't use it if you don't need to, is the 2 catalysts. Well, a compound and a catalyst. One's a base and one's a catalyst. So you use a base and then the catalyst first. It's just like glue. I usually just drip a drop and drip a drop. Probably not right, but I'm just telling you how I do it. I'm not saying do it that way. You can mix them together on, they give you these little sheets of notebook paper, kind of. And you can mix them together and use the little sticks they give you and be like, mix it together and splat it on your teeth. I honestly found it was easier to just make a drop, and it mixes together on its own. Give it like 5 seconds, and that's the time that I'm using the composites here, which, first one I usually stick them into is this one. And then I take a little bit out of this. And notice there's more out of this one because this one is darker. You're making your tooth color. So, it takes a while to learn how to make your tooth color. And like I said, I have my mirror right here. So, I won't be doing it, and I'm so sorry. I only have underwear. Maybe I should put on some clothes. I just don't care. I'm just sorry. I don't think it's inappropriate because if I was in my bathing suit, I would look the same exact way. So you really shouldn't be focusing on it. You should be paying attention to what I'm telling you. But, see, they're both labeled as composite, but the white one is labeled as base, and the darker one is labeled as the catalyst. So you need a little bit, but the more you put on, the darker it'll be. That's why different colors happen, see? But, you can't get it perfect. It's not... You can, as soon as you work on it, if you have a really small chip, you can keep breaking it off and do it again if you want, but I wouldn't do that. So I just try to get it right the first time. And normally, I will get that ready ahead of time, before I even put the glue on. So, what I'll do is I'll get the flat end of the spatula and I will grab myself a little swirly dolly, because, you know, it's always good to mix stuff like this anyway, because the top's probably all got from me dipping in and out. So just be like, get it off to the side. Okay, so I'll grab me a little of this, right? A little and then I'm going to the brown one, and I'll grab really not a lot of it. I actually left some of my white in there, so I grabbed that back out. And I will leave that set ready, because I'm not mixing it just yet. Like I said, for this one, because there's literally like no tooth left, except a little tiny bit, what I'm going to do is I am going to actually use the etchant. I didn't use it on any of these teeth at all. So I'm going to use the etchant on this one just so it sticks, because there's not a lot of tooth up above. It stuck to the screw last time on these ones, in this one. So, just shake it up. Remember to have all your floss ready, because floss, this stuff hardens within the minute. So you gotta shape, floss, harden, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you know what? Forgot the most important step. Wash your hands. Okay, I washed my hands, and I'm trying to, the next step is to keep the area dry. So after you clean it, brush it, floss it, well, wash it. It's a song. I'll get my extra Q-tips, and I will bend it out once and twice. Put her in. See, like, alright. So it's not touching. I do that a lot. It's so gross, but you know what? You do what you gotta do. And you're not gonna be able to do a whole tooth all at once. I'm recommending this for chip teeth. I'm doing this to show you what I'm doing, and that's it. Taking one last good swallow because I don't have a suction. And then what you can do also is get a very, very clean papier towel, and what I'm gonna do is twist it. Put it in with that. I got over that. You got your shower inside, so keep that there. And then the first thing we're gonna do is the etchant. I'm just gonna put the drop on, wait 10-15 seconds, rinse it out. Okay, rinse it out. Dry it out again. And now you hit the glue, one after another. Have it ready. I forgot to get it ready, okay? I can't see. Look at how pretty I am. Okay, now colors and erase. Alright, clean hands. This is together now. Get the floss ready. That's the hot. Okay. Yeah, down. 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 Ha. It's so bad. It's so gross. They're dry. If you are doing this with a tooth that is already up, I had 2 more times to go. You light the fuck down. So you make sure you're landing it in a lateral position. Gross. Okay. Should be dry. But yes, that's all pretty much you have to do. And it's gonna dry on its own. See, I started it. I flossed in between. I used the etchant only on this because I was worried it wouldn't stick and it creates like little subsurface whatevers. So really gross, tastes bad, lots of things. But see, I didn't even sand these down yet. I can sand these down to, you know, look flatter and more normal. I did at the front here, and I can't floss through because I fucked up. And I did floss it this time. So that's why I suggest which I don't suggest you do a whole tooth, but I suggest that you do it in layers. It looks so crazy. If you do it in layers and you're making a whole tooth, if you're making a whole tooth, do it in layers. You're giving yourself time to get the whole thing done, and yeah. So now I have that tiny little tooth. I'll wait till the end of the day, and I'm gonna redo it and build it up more. Floss in between. I won't use the etchant again, though. I will just re-floss in between. That's how I got these. These are built for nothing. See how this looks nice now? It's just hard after building layer upon layer, which I do have a Dremel. I'm not, like I said, I'm not suggesting doing any of this. I'm just showing you how crazy I am, I guess. But I do have a Dremel, so I used the little sandpaper pieces from it. This one's about done, to fix any of the edges. But if you're doing whole teeth, like when I got to the top of these ones, or these ones, you bite down, floss, mold, bite down, floss through, mold, every step. I do it, you normally takes like 3 steps to get a whole entire tooth built up. If you just have a chip, just make sure you bite down and can floss. But that's all I'm really saying to y'all, because I don't want anyone to ruin their teeth. To be honest, I'm just showing you it is very important to, you know, keep your teeth, your gums okay to floss, especially. I love flossing, and it's just, you know, I guess it's not really my fault I have this condition, but what I can do is floss and make sure I keep my gums clean and happy so that, you know, they're healthy, my gums are good, but I just need to, like, they don't bleed when I floss or whatever. If your gums bleed when you floss, I would wait like a week or so if you buy this kit and floss like every fucking day, and until there's no more blood in your floss, because you want your gums to be healthy. You want to be able to floss right. But I know it looks crazy. I just put coffee on it. That's what I bought. It was $32, and I fixed this tooth broke in half. You can see where it broke. Because like I said, I was new at that point, so I didn't have the ability to judge where, you know, it was gonna go, I guess. But I didn't know how to judge the color. Just like this one on Lana, it's a little too clear, but as I build it up, it'll get more white. It's just because of how small it is right now. So I did use probably way too much white, and that's how it looks clear. You got to use a little bit of that brown. But yeah, I mean, you can also, this will affect the way that you eat, and if you have the right mouth position. I also decided to like give my teeth like pointers, and you also have bottom incisors. And mine used to be really sharp. I never had sharp top incisors. My bottoms were really sharp, but they got broken down in a matter of time from my condition. So, you know, that's how they are now. I think I might build them up again too. Because it is fun biting into like anything, carrot or whatever, and just being like, and it slices through like a knife. Especially if, like I said, while you're doing this, you're making sure everything is, you literally smear it. You smear it. I usually smear it like that. And then floss, like I said. Then bite. And then smear it. Floss again. Make sure you can floss. It's most important. Flossing is very important. Your gums are super fucking important. I cannot stress that enough. These up here, I'm terrified. Terrified. Like, I would rip them off if I could. I'm just scared I'll rip more teeth off. So I was kind of thought they'd fall off by now, but it's been over a month. So I don't know if I did, like, I don't know. I actually tried to sand it down, and it's been doing well, because this used to be a flat sheet the first time I did it. Because I thought I could go smush and floss through. And I smushed it, and then I was trying to get the floss out of the floss thing. I didn't have it ready. And by the time I went to go floss it wouldn't go through. And I was like, I'm fucked. And then I had to sand. I had to do so much. If you just do it the right way, you won't have to sand a lot. You won't have to do a lot. It'll be good. But I just want to help people that are, you know, fucked up with their teeth like me. And you're waiting to get dentistry done, or you can't pay for it. $32. You can do it yourself. Do it right. Clean it out. Alcohol, peroxide. Your mouth better be clean as hell, because you don't want to trap bacteria in there. Dry as hell when you put it on. And then watch the video over as many times as you have to, even though I'm long-winded, because you don't want to mess it up, I promise you. Okay? Just good luck, and I'm not saying to use this for like whole teeth like I did. Use it for little chips. Little chips. I'm just showing you how I used it, because I never saw anyone else use it other than one dude on YouTube that was like 10 or so years ago, and they changed their formulas for the thing that I have. So, showing you how they do it now, where I got it, which was eBay, and you can fix small little chips if you don't have the money to go to a dentist. You'll be okay. Don't worry about looking bad and people judging you, because I'd smashed my face, and all of these teeth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, smashed, gone. And I built up gradually all of these teeth. And so now, at least when I talk, people think that I look normal. So it's very nice. I will redo this again much better as soon as I can get this to pop off, but I'm scared. I'm terrified. I can actually, hold on, do this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I don't know if can you see the bubbles? That's me pushing my tongue on the back of it, and bubbles coming out the front. That's why I have to use mouthwash every day, so that it's swishing down in there. I don't know. I'm terrified of what I did. So don't be me. Do it right. And that's why I'm showing y'all. Okay, bye.